Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Was Turned into Uncontrollable Weapon? And yeah, guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. Now, before continuing this, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story. Our story begins in Konohagakure no Sato, October 10th at night time. As the village was in peaceful sleep, as the shinobi were lurking in the shadows protecting the said civilian and its populace. Suddenly, huge amount of killer intent waved over them. Not only them, but the civilians as well, and they heard a mighty roar. It was none other than the mighty Biju, Nine Tails, Kyuubi no Kitsune, the incarnation of hatred himself, that descended upon them out of nowhere, as everyone started to run in different directions like headless chickens because they were scared. As the shinobi got on high alert and led them towards the shelter, as the Jonins as well as the Anbu members alongside the third Hokage were on the battlefield, alongside the clan heads as well, trying to prevent the Biju from entering the village or causing more destruction, but whatever they tried to do, it was to no avail. With a swish of its paw or a tail, many shinobis were flung in the air, sent miles away, but they, with the will of fire, came back, even in bruised situations, fighting the said Biju. As we go towards Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage who had retired and was enjoying a peaceful night in his study, studying a book, when situation turned for worst as Kyuubi was released. As he suddenly got into action and put on his old armor and arrived at the battlefield and took the command. After seeing that there was no Kage there, his successor wasn't there yet. Where was he? Did the plan fail? Why was the Kyuubi released? He told him everything was under control. He didn't have time to think. He needed to act fast, and that's what he did. He was commanding shinobis left and right, and clan heads as well, gaining the charge and trying to minimize the damage. Damn it, Minato, where are you? We are facing so many losses here. We need you now. And suddenly, a Bijudama was charged by the Kyuubi that was sent towards the village. Damn it. Is that it? This is all the Konoha is going to fall? Damn it! Hiruzen said, cursing himself that he couldn't protect his village. But suddenly, the Bijudama vanished before descending upon the village as it appeared on the other side. Suddenly, Minato appeared next to him. Sorry, old friend, I am late. Here, grab one of them, he said, giving an infant child to Hiruzen, who was flabbergasted. What are you doing here with these children, Minato? Hiruzen, you know what I'm trying to do. Kushina cannot be used as the Jinchuriki anymore. She has already drained so much chakra. I have to make my own two sons into the Jinchurikis. What? Are you going to split the Biju in half? Yes. I have perfected the seal of Hakai Fuyin without the drastic measures, and I will not pay the price of giving my soul. Then what will you give in return? Nothing. It will be a one-off deal with Kami himself. I will not summon the Shinigami this time, and I hope Kami will be merciful than him. Just do whatever you have to do, Minato. Please, we are in dire situation. I do not think that our shinobis can hold on much longer. Give me just a moment. As he summoned the Toad Chief, which was Kamabunta, in the battlefield. What do you want, Gaki? Whoa, why is the Kyuubi here? I thought it was sealed. Me too, but something occurred. I will tell you later, once I survive this. Please, hold him off as much as you can. On it, Gaki, as he unsheathed his sword and jumped into the battle. As Shinobi had some relief that they were being helped at by a summon, and a legendary summon nonetheless, but it was still of no use at all, because the Kyuubi was just that strong, and from the looks of it, Kyuubi just got more violent, out of nowhere. Damn it, Minato, the Kyuubi is rampaging more and getting more violent. We have to do whatever you're doing fast. As Minato summoned the altar and laid his two sons down, one with red hair and violet eyes, while the other with blonde hair and blue eyes. One was Menma Uzumaki no Mikaze, while the other one was Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. As he sighed and cutted his finger and prepared a blood seal on both of their stomachs, As then he performed hand seal and summoned Kami. As a beautiful angel-like figure appeared. But why do you summon me, mortal? I want you to seal the Kyubi no Kitsune in both of my sons by splitting it in half. You do know that what you're asking is close to impossible, but not for me. Yes, Kami-sama, please. I will pay any price. There is no price. Just be merciful to 8 people. That is all I desire. As Kami split the Kyubi without any cost and sealed inside both of the said children. As things were looking up for the family and everyone, suddenly huge smoke appeared everywhere. As everyone coughed, the side between the children and Minato became blur, and when the smoke cleared, only one child was there. As Minato and Hiruzen's eyes widened because they were the ones who were the nearest. Damn it! Where is the other one? Said Hiruzen. I do not know. Where is Naruto? You mean the blonde one was Naruto and this one is Menma, I presume? Yes, but where is he? Damn it, Kushina's gonna chew me out on this one. Anbu! As Anbu gathered around Minato, search for my son. He has blonde hair and blue eyes with 3 whisker marks. He's an infant. Go, now! As everyone left, even Kakashi, searching throughout the whole village for an infant child that was taken before their very eyes. As he grabbed Menma, I suddenly heard a voice that he wished at this time he didn't hear. It was Kushina. Now, Minato! Where is Naruto and Menma? Kushina, here. Menma. As he let Kushina hold on to his other son. But where's Naruto? Kushina said, hugging Menma close to her chest. He was kidnapped. What? Minato explained what occurred, and suddenly, after a long pause, a slapped voice was heard. How dare you? Kushina, calm down. It wasn't his fault, said Hiruzen. Don't, please. As Kushina turned around and was starting to walk away. Kushina, wait. It's alright, Hiruzen. I kind of deserved that. She didn't want this. I acted on my own whim. I forgot that she was the mother, and she has every right to deny the fate of her children. And it is because of me that my son is gone. I'm not going to say what you did without her consent was right, but you did save the village again, Minato. You saved many lives, and they will be thankful for your sacrifice. And I promise you, we will do everything within our power. Even if we have to turn the whole world upside down, we will find your son. I promise you that much. I hope so, said Minato, with a hollow chuckle as he started to walk back inside the village following his wife. Kushina was mad. No, scratch that. She was pissed off. So much that she would kill literally anyone if even one of the civilians ever so close to offer to execute her child. Yes, she knew that Naruto was taken, and she had hope that he will be found, but she hoped for the worst as well, because in her heart, something told her that it wasn't going to be easy to find the said child who was taken from her. As we go towards the council chamber, where Kushina, hugging her child, entered, as after seeing her solemn look, Tatsumi Inuzuka, as well as Mikoto Uchiha, who was there with her husband, and some of their other friends, Hiyashi Hyuga, Hitomi Hyuga, Fugaku Uchiha, as well as Inoichi Yamanaka, and Joji and Shikaku Nara were all there and were confused. Why the long face, Kushina? I thought everything went well. Your son became a hero, didn't he? I had sons. What do you mean? Said Mikoto. I had twins. Then where's the other one? Is Minato taking care of him? Said Tatsumi. Yeah, I really want to meet the pup. He was taken, said Minato, as everyone looked towards him. What do you mean, taken? Inuichi said, as Minato explained to everyone what occurred. As everyone was flabbergasted. What? And a smoke screen appeared in front of you out of nowhere and the child is vanished? You didn't even move a muscle? It has some kind of toxin in it. It paralyzed our body for a moment. It is quite interesting, paralyzing at a place for your caliber of a shinobi out of thin air. Hmm, that smoke bomb. We have to acquire one to see what it has. It's not the first priority now. I have sent the whole Anbu team to search out for my son. As suddenly the civilians entered. As they said, so, is that the demon child? Said Mibuki Haruno, glaring at Kushina's child as she was holding. As Kushina walked towards Tizumi calmly, hold him. What? Hold him. Kushina said in low voice. Tizumi, all senses, which were that of a dog, were telling her to run. Run as fast as she can, away from the very woman she claimed to be her sister, all but in blood. Yes, no worries, Kushina. As Kushina then licked out her blood and summoned a sword from her seal that was on her shoulder. It was a red katana with the Uzumaki sword. What are you doing? Stand down now, Shinobi, said a civilian, before screams were heard, and the shinobi there were traumatized. Yes, traumatized. Kushina, in every brutal manner, cutted them down like dogs, scavages, nothing left of them. As Mibuki was on the corner, crying, "Please, I have a daughter. Forgive me. Please, he's a hero. It was rude of me. I was out of place. Please, I beg of you." Too late. Kushina said as he shoved her sword straight through her body, cutting her off and slicing her open. As Choza was shaking in his legs as he was doing, "I think I peed my pants," he said to Shikaku. "You're not the only one, buddy." "Well, good luck to Minato if he isn't able to find his son," said Shikaku, as Kushina glared at him. "Oh, what a troublesome woman. I was just contemplating things. Please don't hurt me," Shikaku said, as Kushina calmed down. "Kushina, please," Minato said, "calm down. You better find my son, Minato. You went ahead of yourself and did that. It wasn't my consent. Look what it got us. Nothing but despair. My son is gone." On the other side, we see a shinobi in a cave with a blank mask. He was carrying an infant child with blonde hair and blue eyes with 3 whisker marks, as he appeared in the center where a throne was made. As he said, with a bow, "Danzo-sama, I brought the child." Are you sure the QB is sealed inside of him?" "Yes, the QB was split in half. Both the halves were sealed inside 2 children of the Hokage. I brought one as fast as I could." "Good, at least I have a weapon to counter theirs, and we'll take care of the rest of them." "Bring him to Orochimaru with this letter." "Hi." As the shinobi left with the infant child towards Otogakure. As 2 days later he arrived. In those 2 days, Konoha were searching everywhere within the border of Land of Fire so they could find the child. The security was tight, but thanks to the hidden ways, he was able to escape and arrive safely at Orochimaru's base. As we see the set shinobi entering in a throne-like room again, but much darker and creepy vibe-giving room. "Oh, what did you bring me? A present?" said a voice behind him as he was on guard. As he turned around, spinning on his heel, "Danzo-sama has sent you this. It is said to be his weapon, so you are to train him, mold him into perfect one. And what do I get in return? He's the Jinchuriki of Kyubi. You can experiment on him. Plus, he's an half Uzumaki, son of Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Namikaze. Oh, the heir to the Namikaze and Uzumaki clan, and the Jinchuriki of Kyubi no Kitsune nonetheless. Quite an interesting specimen. I will do what Danzo want me to do. But I have a wish. I wish to kill Sarutobi Hiruzen with my own hands. If he can grant me that, it is a done deal. You can hand me over now, and tell him what I told you. Now shoot, go away." As the Anbu gave the child to the maniacal man, as the person left, Orochimaru cackled. "Danzo, you old bastard. You really think that I'm going to mold him into your weapon? No, I'm thinking of molding him into my own. Since he's a Jinchuriki and I can't take over his body, maybe, after experimenting on him, and if successfully making him immortal, I will. gain the immortal that life that I want. Just you wait, Konoha and Danzo. You will not know what came and bite you in the ass. 13 years later, from that night, back in Konoha, the life in Uzumaki Namikaze household was close to despair. Kushina was in deep depression, and the only light in her life was none other than her son, Menma Uzumaki Namikaze. Her husband and she were having a not so sturdy relationship, but she had forgiven Minato because she knew that after millions of apologies and after all he did, nothing will bring back her son. So why spoil the family she had? She should cherish it. Maybe Naruto will be able to forgive them. After searching for 13 years, it was presumed that Naruto was dead, and it was her son's graduation day, the day he will become a shinobi of the village. The day her Naruto would have been a shinobi of the village as well, alongside his brother. As he came inside, in the dining room, "Hey mom, I passed." She was in a daze. "Mom," as he suddenly remembered something with a jolt. As with a solemn look, he walked towards her and hugged her from back. "It's alright, Mom. I promise now. I will find him. I can feel it. He's outside somewhere. I will find him, no matter what it takes. I will bring him back and complete our family." As Kushina turned around, after hearing the words of her son and getting out of her daze, after her arms were wrapped around her, as she hugged him and cried, "It's alright, Sochi, I just miss him. It's just that he wouldn't been here with you, and both of you have been great shinobi," she said, as Menma hugged her back. "I promise, Mom." Menma was a nice son to them. At the age of 8, after finding out that he had an other twin brother, he was happy and sad at the same time that he was taken from them, never to be seen, even after 8 years or 13. But he had hope that he was alive and he will be able to find him. And he was being trained by both the strongest shinobis as well, as was promised by Jiraiya of the Sanin to be taken as his apprentice before the Chunin exams. As Jiraiya said, on the other side, he was also searching for his other godson, Naruto. And Tsunade was sent a letter by Kushina of what occurred. She wanted to return back to Konoha for once, with her own free will, and beat the shit out of Minato for what he did. But she had other things to do. She had to search for her own godson out in the whole world, and that is why she was traveling from village to village with her assistant in search for her godson, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. The kid with blonde mop of hair and tan skin with blonde eyes and 3 whisker marks, and had a similar look to Menma. She was sure she was able to find him if she looked hard. As we see near Otogakure, a silver-haired person with a kanji headband with a kanji of oil. It was none other than Jiraiya. Otogakure. That's a new village. I hope he's here. As he was about to enter, he suddenly heard a huge boom. As screams were heard, a lot of gruesome screams. As suddenly he felt a chakra, which caused his eyes to be wide. That's the Kyuubi's chakra. What the fuck is it doing here? Then it clicked in his head. Naruto. He dashed towards where the chakra burst came from. As we go towards Naruto, moments before that happened, we see that he was tied to the steel table, slab-like table, as many syringes were injected into him. During the 13 years, he was trained by Orochimaru of the Sanin at the age of 4, and after unlocking his chakra, he was also trained. At first, he was starting to lose his emotions. He will never cry, but Kyuubi, for the first time, even being the darker side, realized that this kid was betrayed by his own kin. He was having some kind of similarities with a mortal, a flashback that he so desirably hated. But he felt pity for the kid. The kid was taken from his family. And that was one thing that even the Kyuubi hated the most about humans. They will use their own kind nonetheless, like some tools. That is why Kyuubi was enraged with them after the death of his father. So he vowed. He vowed that he will break the Gaki out of the curse that Orochimaru will place on him. And so it was his mission from then on. He will turn him into an uncontrolled. If Orochimaru wants to turn him into a weapon, then he will turn him into an uncontrollable weapon. That no one, not even his family, will be able to control. Heck, not even him, or even the Ten Tails, if so desire to control him. It won't happen. Well, Naruto, from the age of 4, trained with Orochimaru in Taijutsu, Ninjutsu, and Kenjutsu. He will train with Kyuubi in endurance as his chakra molding and some of the secret forbidden arts that only the sage himself knew. The Ninshu. He was able to manifest 4 Magatamas behind him, the black orbs that he could turn into any weapon and can use as a defense as well. The balls floated around him as he could use them to float on the air as well. The next thing the Kyuubi taught him from Ninshu was floating. He could float in air at will and fly as well, using nothing but chakra. And after that, it was KCM state, the perfect one, as he could summon Kurama's avatar. Kyuubi was the only one that talked to Naruto, so they gained to trust one another closer than anything. Naruto trusted Kurama with his life, as Kurama or Kyuubi revealed his name to him, and Kurama in return trusted everything, even his life, in Naruto's hand. For the first time after being centuries old Biju, he was able to trust a human kid, a kid he felt akin to and close to. He felt he needed to bring justice for the kid. As we see that 13 years this training went on, and Naruto became the perfect weapon in Orochimaru's eyes. That heck, even he, if went out of control, would have a hard time taking him down. Naruto was sent on many missions as well, to kill off many thugs, A rank, and some of the S rank shinobis as well. He was perfectly stealthy and, without anyone noticing, able to execute the said suspect and get out of there like nothing occurred. Orochimaru was pleased, his weapon was coming along. The only trouble was that whenever Orochimaru forced Naruto to use the Biju's chakra, Naruto will hiss in pain as the red chakra will emerge out of Naruto and it will hurt him and his skin will burn. Kyuubi often will apologize and had to say to him that he had to bear this much pain to let Orochimaru know that I wasn't going to be able to control by you. Naruto agreed to him that Orochimaru shouldn't know that I was able to control you, so he might place some kind of seal on him akin to the Hyugas that he heard or read about in Orochimaru's library. He was also a proficient user of Funjutsu, but not the Funjutsu of Uzumaki's, the Funjutsu of the sage, of the sixth path himself, thanks to Kurama, who had an access to infinite libraries of Funjutsu created by himself, who were lost during the times by humans themselves. As Naruto was also injected by many blood vessels, blood seals, and as well as blood samples from other shinobis, such as Shodai Hokage, Hashirama Senju himself, Tobirama Senju himself, as well as Orochimaru's some of the genes into him, as well as Minato and Kushina's was already running, so yeah, no need for that. Many bloodline users, Uchihas, and Madara Uchihas nonetheless, as well as Hiyashis or Hizashis that was sent as a dead body towards Kumo. He had acquired his blood as well, in hopes of gaining some sort of bloodline reaction. Unknown to him, Kyuubi was able to manifest both of two and turn it into Byaku Sharingan, a 360 version of a Sharingan that could see through even the chakra networks as well as copy everything. Both the jutsus combined as one. Byaku Sharingan. Naruto could use that as well now. But the only problem was that he couldn't use it in front of Orochimaru. After all this was done, Orochimaru said, as Naruto was asleep in front of Orochimaru's eyes. His vital was stable. As Kabuto came in, Orochimaru-sama, everything was successful. His vitals have returned to normal. Perfect. Now break his mind into million pieces and place a seal on him. A slave seal. He will only obey me. Not today, Orochimaru. No, I won't, said Naruto's cold voice. As Orochimaru saw on the table, nothing was there. As Orochimaru got on guard, he realized then and there he created a weapon of mass destruction that he even can't control. He was gritting his teeth. His perfect creation, a perfect immortal weapon, was now out of control, and he created that himself. As Naruto entered KCM2 state, now, this is the power of your creation. He activated his Byaku Sharingan as Orochimaru gasped. You combined the both dojutsus. Yes, I did. As suddenly, four Mogatamas appeared and turned into swords, stabbing Orochimaru to the wall as he hissed. He tried to get out, but he couldn't. Sorry, Orochimaru. There's no way you're escaping this. You'll be dead now. Naruto activated a chakra blade on his hand, more sharper than any blade, even Kusanagi, and stabbed multiple times straight through Orochimaru, causing him to cough so much blood that he almost passed out. He was much paler now. You will not win. I will survive this. That is why I have to make sure you won't. No, do we? As Naruto then used Infinite Tsukiyomi and trapped him for 72 years in that hell. In the outside world, it was only 1 minute. Orochimaru's mind was beyond broken for repair. As Orochimaru was drooling there, you will live, Orochimaru. You were right, but not with your knowledge. You are broken way beyond that. 72 years of torture can do that to you. And my torture is nothing in front of that. As Naruto turned towards the door and saw Kabuto standing there, shocked that his weapon, their weapon, was free. He got into battle stance, but before he could do anything, Naruto summoned his Bagatamas and turned them into swords. Two chakra armors grabbed two swords. He was standing there with 4 arms and swords in his hand. Let's see who is the better weapon now. Do we, Kabuto? As Kabuto turned pale white, as Naruto's eyes widened, he was similar to that of Orochimaru. I have been thinking of overthrowing Orochimaru, and you gave me the perfect choice. Now, the whole village will be under my command, and I will do as I see fit after I turn you into my slave, Naruto. After so many years, you used my name. Wasn't my name Weapon X? No, it wasn't. I knew your name, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. What do you mean? I know where your family is. They left you here. They didn't want you. He's lying, kid. I know. Naruto said, what? As within a flash, Naruto was behind him, his arms crossed, as Kabuto was splitted into 4 pieces. That you're lying, Kabuto. As Kabuto laid on the ground, dead. He wasn't healing, regenerating, or anything. But Naruto didn't want to take chances. Amaterus, he said as his eyes bled, his Sharingan spinning, as whole body of Kabuto was burned. As Naruto then killed off those experiments who were psychotic or mental, and freed Karin and Suigetsu, and the other orange-head guy that could turn himself into a monster. You know, the Team Taka, as those were the only ones who were freed, while the rest of the Sound Four who were broken beyond repair were killed off, each and every one of them. The whole village was dead. And suddenly, he turned backwards and saw one person standing there. He turned off his power because he knew that the person was at the same level as he was at his base. As he turned backwards to see a person in a weird suit and a wooden sandals, as well as huge silver spiky hair with a headband that said oil for kanji. Naruto? How do you know me? And who are you? Naruto said. As you go towards Jiraiya, he arrived at the site of a gruesome murder everywhere, and in there was standing Naruto, covered with blood. Naruto? Is that you? The said figure turned towards him. Who are you? How do you know my name? Said the person. His eyes widened before he said, I'm your godfather. We have been searching for you everywhere. I'm Jiraiya of the Sanin. You mean like Orochimaru? Yeah, where is he? He's dead. Alive but dead from the brain. Come, I'll show you. Is he telling me the truth, Kurama? Naruto said, as the man was walking behind him. Yes, he is, unfortunately, your father's sensei. Oh, hey, old man. What? Can you tell me about my family? How much do you know? Nothing, except for Kabuto saying that they didn't want me and threw me here in Orochimaru's arms openly. I knew that was a lie, but I want to hear your side of the story. You were taken the moments after the QB was sealed inside of you. That much is true. I remember. I was sealed inside of you, and that is when you were taken. By whom? We have speculations, but I'm guessing it was Danzo. Danzo who? Danzo Shimura. He's one of the elders in the village, and not only that, he also has suspected to be owner of Root Anpu, who are mindless drones and are weapons for him to control. Hmm. He will be on my hit list when I return back. So, Jiraiya sighed with a heavy breath. Why are you sighing like that? That some shit lord is taken off your shoulders. Well, duh, it is. I found you. I have been searching for you almost 8 years now, Naruto. Naruto's eyes widened for a moment. How? How can that be possible? I thought they gave up. They never did. Still hope that you're alive out there. And your brother, he hopes that one day he reunites you back to their family. My brother? Do I have any other sibling? No. You and your brother were twins. He looks exactly like you, aside he has your mother's velvet eyes and violet eyes and red hair, just like you. Naruto thought of himself with red hair and purple eyes. I see him like that. Well, we'll find out once we return. Well, where is Orochimaru? Here, he said as Orochimaru slumped against a wall, blood leaking out of him as his eyes were turned back into his skull, as he was drooling badly. Damn, you did a number on him, Gaki. What did you do? I put him in Genjutsu. For 72 years, he will be tortured by every victim he killed, including me. What dojutsu? I thought that type of genjutsu was used by a dojutsu wielder only. I have, unfortunately, one, an artificial one given to me by him. QB said I wasn't able to, or my body wasn't able to stabilize it, so it did for me. Sorry, Kurama, I don't want to reveal that we're on friendly relationship to him. My thoughts exactly. They won't be pleased that I'm friends with you. They will think that I'm trying to manipulate you. And you know, Naruto, that I won't do that, ever. At least not to you. Yeah, I know, Kurama. I trust you with my life, buddy. Me too, Naruto. Me too. Now go. Return to your home. Thanks, Kurama. If you weren't there, I would have been turned into a mindless drone, Naruto said, as Jiraiya, who was done packing up Orochimaru's body, was returning back outside of Otogakure and were marching towards Konoha. He had already sent a toad that Naruto was located. Back in Konoha, as Minato was sitting on his chair, he was happy that his son just completed his 30 D rank missions and was about to go on his first C rank one as well, to the land of waves. Manma's team consisted of Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno, and their joining was Kakashi Harake, his only student who was alive, as a toad appeared on his table. As Menma has left at the time, just moments after the toad appeared, as Minato opened the scroll, as he read the contents, his eyes widened. He flashed away and returned to home with a huge smile on his face. Minato, what's going on? And why do you look so happy? Kushina said. It's a good news. Where's Menma? You really want to hear this one as well. Oh, he just left, honey. Out after packing his stuff. Ah, he missed it. Anyway, we will tell him once he returns. Who returns? Menma. We found him. Kushina's heart stopped at hearing this. Are you kidding me, Minato? No, honey, we found him. Jiraiya found him, and he and Jiraiya are returning back. He's coming back after 13 long years. We finally found him. Kushina lashed onto Minato, hugging him tightly. Are you sure? Are you sure it's him? Yes, Jiraiya said he's 100% sure that it's Naruto. He sensed the Kyuubi's chakra, and he was 100% sure that it was Naruto. Plus, he had blonde hair, three whisker marks, and blue eyes, just like Menma and me. Kushina laughed and cried. She was happy. She was so happy that she could literally pray for Kami standing in one position for hundreds of years if that was all that it required for bringing her Sochi back to her. She was thanking any god above because they brought back her lost child, her baby, was taken from her. On the other side, 2 days has been passed, and Minato received a bad news. Team 7 first C rank mission turned into an A rank, as he was about to send some shinobis. Jiraiya and Naruto arrived in the council chamber. As Jiraiya said with a grin, "Hey Gaki, meet your father." "Hey, Sensei." As Minato was brought out of his stupor, as he looked towards Naruto, his mind frozen as he took in the image of his son. He was at the age of 4.8. And not only that, he was much bulkier. He had many scars that seemed on his body. Naruto was wearing a sleeveless jumpsuit, which was orange from down and black from upside, and orange trousers with black shinobi sandals. Naruto looked at his father. You kinda do look like me." As Kyuubi growled, "Yep, confirmed, he's my dad." "Sorry, Krama, but he's my dad, you know. I apologize on his behalf. Nothing to worry about, kid. Just brought up some bad memories." As Naruto chuckled. As Naruto was about to say something, as Minato dashed towards him, and next thing he knew, the said man was hugging him tightly. "Yukata. I'm so sorry, Naruto," he said as his voice was broken. As Naruto's eyes went, Whoa, Dad, calm down. It's not your fault. No, it is mine. It's my fault. If I didn't act it like that day, I would have. You would have. It's alright, Dad. I'm here. That's all it matters. We're a family again, aren't we? Heck, I want to meet Kachan as well." I really wanted to say that word. Tochan, Kachan. I always wondered if I had those two figures in my life. And Kami granted me my wish. And turns out the other kids were lying. He really did love me. Oh, if you're wondering about Team Taka, they were thankful for Naruto for freeing them and went on their own way, as they wanted to roam around the elemental nations and find a place where they could settle down. As we go back to Konoha, where this was occurring, as Minato suddenly realized something. "Sensei, I know it's urgent, but I want to send you to the Land of Waves. Kakashi and his team has run into trouble." "You mean Menma's team, right?" Jiraiya knew he wanted to figure out how Naruto could use his powers. So that is why he said these words. "You mean my brother?" "Yes. He's on a team?" "Yes. And he's in danger." "Yes. Where is this Land of Waves? Show me the map. I'll go there first." "But Naruto, you return now." "It's alright, Dad. I was trained by Orochimaru. He was the one who kept me there. I do not know who handed me there to him, but I will find out. And once I do, I will kill him." "Not Naruto. You killed before?" "Well, I have went by the name as Blur in the bingo book for almost 2 to 3 years before I disappeared from the bingo books or was removed for some reason." You're the Blur?" "Whoa, what's going on? Am I that famous?" "Famous? You were the most sought out assassin. Even Konoha shinobis were quite interesting about you for 4 years. We never thought that it would be you. You have achieved the NS rank missing ninja shinobi status in the bingo books, kid, by not only Kumo, Iwa, Kiri, by Suna as well. 4 villages state that you're an S rank threat. That is a whole new level of being a top-notch shinobi. Heck, you can be promoted to an Anbu if you want to. Sensei, he won't be. Not at least. Kushina agrees to this. We have already lost him once. We're not ready to lose him again by sending him on dangerous missions. Naruto, for some reason, felt happy that his family really wanted him there and not just throw him out there because he was powerful. Naruto, they are your family. They are people you can trust aside from me. I know I hate them for what they did. Yeah, you kinda told me how Kachan was a big bully to you, and not only that, Tochan was a dick to you as well. Again, I'm sorry for them, but yeah, I guess you're right. I can't trust them. But that's not to worry right now. I have to go and rescue my brother. On it, Gaki. Let's go. As give me the map, Naruto said. 2 minutes. Here. Hey, wait up, Gaki. I'm coming with you. Nah, old man. Every man for himself. Race you there, Naruto said as he entered into KCM2 state and floated in the air, and with high speeds were flying towards the land of waves. How the hell he can do that? Jiraiya said. His jaws dropped as Minato's jaw was open as his eyes were widened in awe. I do not know, Sensei. Sometimes I wonder, you have blonde hair and blue eyes. It almost makes you like a Super Saiyan. What now? Nothing, a stupid manga that I read. You mean the Dragon Ball Z? Awesome, Sensei. Have you met the author? Nah. You know, Sensei, that you call a stupid one? If its phantom found you out, they will roast you alive. Yeah, many women want me. What did some men do? Hehe, I'll show them my own way and show them the Uchiha tactics and tell them that is much better than Dragon Ball Z. Sensei, if you say that one more time, I'll swear I'll shove my kunai deep in your ass with a Rasengan. As Jiraiya shuddered, yeah, I'm on my way. As Jiraiya left, falsely, as Minato went back to his desk and opened a secret compartment, in which it revealed to be Dragon Ball Z. You rock, Goku. I do wish that I had green eyes and can turn into Super Saiyan, he said. He found that manga thanks to his son Menma and got addicted to it. Anyways, on to the story as we go towards Naruto, who arrived at the land of waves. Naruto, you can sense my other half chakra, right? Yeah. It's quite weird sensing your chakra outside my body. Yes, I know. But that is your brother. He holds my other half. You can go there. Follow it. Naruto at high speeds went there. On the other side, Jiraiya was dashing like a madman at high speeds. Damn, that Gaki can fly fast. I wish I could learn that trick. But something in my gut tells me that I'm not going to because I pissed some fandom off. Yes, you did, Jiraiya. Thank you. As we go towards Naruto, as he landed in front of a house, as he knocked on the door. As a woman's voice said, coming, as she opened the door, as it revealed to be none other than Tazunami. As Naruto said, I'm here for my brother. His name is Menma, the kid with red hair and looks like me, as Tazunami's eyes were widened. Because last night, after having a fight with Inari, Menma went to his room after telling him that he has too suffered some fate and lost a loved one. It was his twin brother with blonde hair and blue eyes. His name was Naruto. Are you Naruto? Yes. What are you doing here? You know how your brother was worried? She said, shaking Naruto, as Naruto was shaking with a jolt. Yes, ma'am, I know that he was worried, but trust me, that I really found out yesterday that 2 weeks ago that I had a brother. Really? Were you really taken? Yes, I was unfortunately taken and did a new wear. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, come in. As Naruto asked where he was, as he went towards the upstairs. As we go towards Menma's room inside, we see Menma was sleeping. As suddenly, he heard a Kyuubi grumble inside of him, as he was awoken inside his mindscape in front of Kyuubi's cage. Why did you summon me here, you stupid fox? Listen, Gaki. I know that I hate you and you hate me. So let's be reasonable here. I can sense my other half chakra outside your door. What? Are you lying to me? No. It is your brother. He's alive, and I can sense my other half chakra. They're standing on the other side. You better wake up now. He's nervous. I can feel it. As Menma woke up with a jolt, he was hoping that it wasn't a dream and what QB said was true. He dashed towards his door and opened it, and his eyes widened. There stood a carbon copy of him. The only difference was that he had blue eyes and blonde hair. Naruto? Yes. Hey, Menma, Naruto said, as Menma glumped him in a hug. I, I missed you, brother. I, you don't know how Kachan cried every night. Naruto felt a tug in his heart. He knew that his heart could feel emotions like joy, sorrow, or even anger. But he realized he was much more human, and no matter how hard Orochimaru tried, his emotions weren't removed. Was it because of the QB? Thanks, Kurama. For what, kid? For keeping my emotions intact. That is something you kept, Naruto, not me. I kept you motivated. You kept your own emotions, kid. As Naruto hugged Menma back hesitantly, as Menma cried, with relief that he finally found his brother, until both of them heard a scream. Their moment was ruined. As both of them dashed towards downstairs to see two thugs, before Menma could do anything, Naruto dashed, and next thing Menma saw, his eyes widened. Naruto cut it off. Two men's head cleaved off from their necks, rolling on the ground. Phew, that would have been a close call. Naruto, you just killed them. Little brother, I had already my first kill, but for twins, Menma said. Well, I guess you're little here than me because I killed first, so yeah, I'm the older brother now. Or your son. Once I get back, I'll demand Kachan to tell me who's the oldest. And if I'm the one, you have to give me that respect and train me as well. You're on. Until then, you're my little brother. So yeah, Gaki, let's go. Where's your team? Tsunmi-san, where's Kakashi Sensei and the other two? They already left Menma-kun to with Tochan at the bridge. As Naruto and Menma dashed towards the bridge to see that Zabuza compliance was dead on the ground, or so Menma thought. And Zabuza was panting on the ground as well, as Kakashi Sensei was also panting on the ground, as Sasuke and Sakura had many needles stabbed into them. Their arms were paralyzed, as Dazuna was standing back. Oh my god, my team's in trouble, Naruto, you... Menma turned towards the side to see Naruto has disappeared, as next thing he heard were screams of the thugs, but they didn't know what happened. Every thug that was near Gato was on the ground dead, as Naruto had golden hue around him, as well as four swords, black swords, all black, and his eyes were different. They were like a Byakugan with Sharingan in them. Kakashi's eyes widened. That's the Kyuubi's chakra? Then that means that kid over there is... As he saw Menma. Oh my god. Menma, you found your brother. Thank you. Thank you, Kami. I thought that he was dead. I failed my sensei once more. But you lifted so much weight out of my shoulder. On the other side, Sasuke and Sakura were gaping like fishes as their face showed horror. They had never seen so much death. But there, they could see some. Sasuke had seen his clan's death, but before Itachi could kill his parents and him, Minato appeared, and Itachi had to retreat back. Itachi cried looking at them one last time in front of Minato before he left, placing them all in a genjutsu, which was close to them breaking their minds. In 72 hours, they were suffering for that. Sasuke wasn't told why it was done, but Fugaku, Mikoto, and Minato knew something happened to him. Something terrible. That is why Itachi did what he did. He wasn't a child like that. Aside from that, it got him out of his stupor to see what was occurring in front of him. A massacre, just like his clan. As Naruto turned off his chakra cloak, as his swords turned into balls that disappeared behind him. You know, I really hate trash like you. Who are you? What do you want? Money? I'll give you all. But please don't kill me. Oh, really now? Where is your money? I'll leave you alone once, you give me your money. I'll leave. Escaro gave him the hideout address, where it was kept, and the coordinates, and the all logs and accounts. Good. Hey guys, come out now. He's all yours, Naruto said, as he cut off both Gato's hands, who screamed in agony, and he was thrown into the mob of angry villagers, who butchered him like an animal nonetheless, as Naruto dashed towards where the Gato's hideout was, leaving his team of his brother gaping but recorded in front of them, and arrived some moments later with a huge bag on his back as he spirited them in the center of the village. People of Land of Waves, from now on you are free. You have free wills, you can make your own decisions, and you can train your own shinobis. Here is the money that this bastard stolen from you. And here are the people, all the women, all the little girls, all the boys and men who were taken from you as slaves, or I do not want to say those words. Please, welcome them with open arms. It wasn't their fault. They were taken. As many people who were hardcore traditional finally let go of their anger, even towards their own family members who knew they were solid, and welcomed them back with open arms. They knew it wasn't their fault. The young man made them realize that. And before you go on to say that, how could they do that? Well, in traditional Japan, in Edo period, it was done. Okay, so yeah, don't get on me in the comments. Anyways, back to the story. As we see Naruto standing there, after his speech of lifting up their morale, the village deemed him as a hero. But Naruto told them he was no hero. He was a mercenary. A mercenary that did their work for free because they were keeping his brother there safe, giving him a roof to stay in. As Naruto was walking back, Sasuke and Sakura were looking at him curiously as he and Menma talked of what occurred for 13 years, as Kakashi was also listening in on them. So, you're saying that you were trained by Orochimaru of the Sanin, who defected from our village, and someone gave you to him as an infant when you were a baby, and you were raised to be his perfect weapon, but you somehow broke out of his control and killed him. Well, to put it in simple words, yes, I kinda did that. Huh, kinda hard to believe. But if you say so, after seeing what you can do with your power, I realized that it might be true. Well, we have all the time we need in the world to talk to about that, little brother, once we return back to Konoha. Oh yeah, I'm the oldest. I promise you that one. Once we return back home, I'm asking Kachan who's the oldest one. As Naruto chuckled, yeah, your own little one. As Sasuke and Sakura listened in, Sasuke was quite jealous that Menma found his brother, and he was shocked that it looked quite similar to him, with blonde hair and blue eyes the only being difference. Kakashi was quite happy after seeing that. Naruto and Menma were like the same and yet quite the opposite at the same time. But they got along quite well. As after 2 days of travel at civilian base, they entered the Konoha walls. As they went straight towards their house that Menma led him to, Naruto was quite surprised to see his house. It was a traditional house, just like Naruto's house from Boruto. As Naruto and Menma knocked on the door, Naruto was nervous. Menma could tell. Nervous, are we? Yeah, don't tease me, man. For the first time in 13 years, I'm returning home. It's quite, It's alright, man, I understand. Let's go inside, brother. Kachan's waiting. As Naruto and Menma went inside. As Menma said, Tadaima! As Naruto heard a voice, a feminine one. Kairi, Menma, how was your mission? Oh, it was a blast. And you won't know who I met. As both of them entered the kitchen, Naruto saw a woman wearing a green dress with half sleeves, and she had red hair, just like his brother. As she turned towards them to greet them, but she froze. The blade in her hand fell to the ground. Her eyes widened. Na- Naruto? Is that you? Kachan? Naruto said, as tears started to well up in his eyes. They knew he was holding. As Kushina dashed towards him, getting over the plate and hugging him, her feet were bleeding. As Naruto caught her, "Calm down, Kachan, I'm here. Let me treat your feet." And as Naruto pulled out the plate's pieces that were dragged into her feet, piercing through it, as Naruto dragged them out and healed them with Ashirama cells, healing chakra. After being them healed, Naruto hugged her. I'm back, Kachan. Krishna hugged him back and cried. As Menma wiped away his tears, and he saw that Naruto was crying as well. And after that, suddenly with a yellow flash, Minato appeared there, and he saw the scene. He too shed some tears after seeing that, as they all hugged as a group of four, as their family was finally united. The Namikaze Uzumakis were united as well, as a whole. As on the other side, in Land of Waves, Jiraiya arrived. He was panting heavily. "Damn you, Gaki. Made me run all this way towards the village. I had to take a night rest. How can he use so much chakra?" As he saw that Thousand has finished his bridge. "What can we do for you, man?" Thousand said, "Oh, have you seen a blonde kid with blue eyes, three whisker marks?" "Oh, you mean Naruto?" "Yeah. They left. They left back for Konoha 2 days ago." "Oh, come on! I have to go back now? It's 3 days travel. Damn you!" As Naruto sneezed. "Huh. Guess someone's cursing me." As Naruto was on the dinner table, currently eating his mother's handmade ramen. For the first time in 13 years, he ate it till his heart was filled, and so was his stomach. 38 bowls, breaking the record of his own mother. "Damn, Naruto, you even broke my own record," said Menma. "Huh, he even broke mine, Menma. I ate 36 and a half bowls, and you ate only 30. Damn, how come you all ramen addicts and not me?" Everyone looked at Minato as he had grown second head. "What? How can you say those words? To the food of gods," Naruto said. As Menma said, "My guy, you know, when I see a man like you, I know he's a man of culture. You two, my sons, have learned the culture of ramen." As Naruto said, I can't believe I'm surrounded by ramen addicts. Kami, help me." On the other side, we go towards Amegakure, in a hidden cave. The news was revealed of what occurred in Otogakure by a Venus flytrap and Sorcery of the Red Sand, who was there. Too, the Guardsky had. Pain and Toby. It is quite a daring situation. We have to take care of them first. I heard that the Chunin exams are nearing. They will be preparing, so it is the best time to attack, Leader Sama. "You are right. We will attack at the time," said Pain. "Prepare for an attack on Konoha. We are first going to take care of the Cubist in Churiki. They are far too strong. Can't believe one of them is the Blur, who appeared out of nowhere. It was my best and most interesting character in the whole bingo book that I wanted to offer to Jashin Sama. He has used so much huge bounty on him. After extracting the Biju, I can give his body back to Eva, and they will be the highest bidders. I guess I better hold an auction. That is the best choice." As Itachi's eyes widened, "Naruto has returned, and he's the Blur. It will be interesting. Maybe he will be able to bring my brother out of his darkness. Sasuke is the only one who is going to kill me." As these were his thoughts, as we go back to Konoha to the next day, as we see Jiraiya there, as he was looking at Naruto, as Naruto was looking innocent as ever. "You made me travel all the way there for 3 days, all for nothing, and when I returned, you greeted me like nothing happened? At least say sorry, Gaki. For what? You were too damn slow, old man, for your age." "Oh, come on, I'm not that old. And ladies just wants to get in my pants. Yeah. Old hags who can't see. Yeah, for sure." As Jiraiya face faulted, because he was nodding. after Naruto said these words, as his whole family laughed. So, anyways, Kaki, want to become a summoner of toads? Nah, I already am summoner of the snakes. I have learned their sage mode. You're joking. Only Orochimaru was able to survive that. Well, he kinda made me his quote unquote perfect weapon, Naruto said, moving his finger with quote unquote, which caused his family to feel his pain. Ah, come on, guys, don't look at me like that. I'm fine, see? I know it was a horrible experience, but I'm fine now. I, whatever I needed is right here, and I'll promise you this one. I will protect all of you from anything that I deem as a threat, no matter what it is. A whole village? Or an organization known as Akatsuki. How do you know about that? I read some of your folders before I left. I took them with me. When? How? It's one of my Kekagen guys. I can stop time for 1 and a half minute. You know about them? Yes. Akatsuki, known as the Red Dawn. Leader, Pain. He has Renegon and 6 spots. Other co-leader, Conan the Paper Angel. Toby, the sociopath. Zetsu, the Venus flytrap plant-like creature. Sorcery of the Red Sand. Deidara, the Mad Bomber. Kakazu the Immortal. Hidan the Jashinist. Itachi, the Massacre, the Murderer. And Kisame Hoshigaki, the Zero-Tailed Biju. I know all of them, and I will do a large hunting down for each and every one of them. As he was saying this, a huge explosion was heard on the outside of the village. Seems they came here and walked right into the tiger's den, Naruto said, as he, with a lightning fast speed, dashed outside. As Deidara was laughing, "This is art! Art is an explode!" He paused. Next thing he saw that his head was on ground. His body was shredded into tiny cubes. His eyes widened. "He's a piece of shit," said a voice, as every Akatsuki member turned towards him. As they saw Naruto in a snake sage mode, snakes wrapped around him. His whole body turned white, a horn appearing at the center of his forehead. His eyes turned yellow, and then Kyuubi's chakra cloak around him. 4 Magata must multiplied into 6 now were behind him. Cool. More weapons for me. As suddenly all Akatsuki members charged at him. 4 arms were made, 2 out of chakra and 2 his. But it wasn't enough. Suddenly 4 bones appeared out of behind him, just like spider claws, and they were fighting off the Akatsuki members. Time to even out. As Naruto then made 1,000 clones. Let's go then. Let's dance, shall we? As Naruto with 1,000 clones charged at each and every Akatsuki member, and the clones were being poofed away, but the Akatsuki members' energy was being drawn and drained. As the other shinobis arrived at the battlefield as well. Before Pain could say his ultimate move, Naruto arrived in the air, the original one, as his clones was busy fighting the rest of the Akatsuki. How can you fly? Same way you can do, you dipshit. Now, do you want to do this the hard way or the easy way? You shall know. Yeah, I know. Pain, you really are a pain in the ass now, Naruto said, as his dojutsu activated. Shinra Tensei, Naruto said, as Pain's eyes widened, as he was the one being thrown back, not Naruto. As he got on guard now, Shinra Tensei with huge power, Pain said, as Naruto then said, Shinra Tensei himself, as both of their invisible forces fought each other. At max, the Akatsuki froze what they were doing and see that their leader was being matched. Damn it, my plan failed, as Naruto clawed Zetsu and dragged him from the ground. Where do you think you're going? You're dead. Infinite Tsukiyomi. As Zetsu arrived, stacked on a wooden cross, for here you will for our eternity be stabbed. By me, Naruto said maniacally as he began to stab and torture Zetsu, all way humanly known possible and unknownly. For eternity, Zetsu was on the ground with a loud scream, as his eyes bled, and his nose and his earlobes. Everything bled. Even his pores of the skin started to bleed off. He died with blood loss, died in agony and pain. Naruto cut it off Conan's head without mercy. She was deemed a threat to his family, and the immortals were proven to be wrong about their so-called immortalness, and they were killed off easily. Sorcery was broken because every puppet that he threw at Naruto was cut it down, broken, and killed off. As his clones moved away, Naruto charged off his new power. Orochimaru taught me my father's one jutsu. It was called the Rasengan. As Naruto charged Lava Rasen Shuriken, he dragged it straight through a paper tree, killing off original Nagato as the Naraka Dendopath was in his arm, as he ripped out his guts, killing him as well. Amaterus, as all Akatsuki's bodies burnt off, as Itachi was the only one who was standing hardly. Why did you leave me alive? You're not guilty. As Sasuke, who was arrived at the battlefield alongside Fugaku and Mikoto, were dashing towards him, but to Itachi's surprise, they hugged him. As Itachi's eyes widened, you're not guilty. The one who is guilty is hidden away from you. As Naruto then suddenly killed off 8 Danbus, they burned into black flames. Rude, Naruto said, as their eyes widened. The members they trusted with their lives were some of agents of Danzo. As Naruto vanished from their sights, as Danzo, who was gritting his teeth, heard screams of his shinobis as he was on guard, as he heard a voice from behind his throne. You thought you could turn me into your weapon, but let me tell you this. I'm an uncontrollable weapon. Thank you for turning me into one, though. His throat was slit off his body before he could use his Izanagi again, and appeared. Oh, this will be fun. And Danzo's screams were heard over and over again. Whenever he died, his Izanagi will revive him, and there will be another torture. Torture for him, waiting, nothing less. And he was an idiot who revived again and again in order to escape him, but at the end died in front of Minato, begging him for mercy. But Naruto killed him nonetheless. As people of Konoha looked at him, as Naruto said, listen well, people of Konoha, and you too, agents of other villages. I am Dubler. I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I have returned back to my family and my village. If any of you are deemed threat in my eyes, you will be removed from this world. No question asked, no matter who you beg. I will not forgive you. Even if you are the closest friend of mine, your throat will be slit open. Bear this in your mind, Naruto said, as he threw Danzo's body away and burned it to crisp. Those who were the spies dashed towards the gates as they were let to go. Naruto wanted to let them go, as the other villages heard about this threat. They thought that he was mocking them and gathered up the armies in 3 months after having a secret meeting in the Land of Iron. The Land of Iron also agreed with them because Konoha had gained too much of a powerful weapon. But as they were marching towards them, they heard a voice in a giant cubified figure. You made the wrong choice. I gave you a chance. As the QB suddenly had an armor around it, as the armor made a handsaw. Here, have a present as a welcoming gift. 8 meteors, all on fire, came down upon them, killing millions of shinobis in cold blood. As Naruto glared at them from the fox. Last chance. As other beaches were involved, Kurama, please, you have to understand, the kid needs to be removed. No, the kid is only protecting his family, which you do not realize, because you're corrupted by these humans. I will be damned if I let the kid get hurt. He is like a brother to me. Damn it, Kurama, he's killing pointlessly. Can't you see? And what were you going to do, Gyuki? Just going to walk inside and kill those humans there. What was that? Was that right? As Kurama and Gyuki fought, Gyuki at the end of the day lost because he was weak than Kurama. Kurama has already gained enough energy to be recognized as the next 10 Tails. Matatabe lost as well. And when their Jinchurikis lost, all of their Jinchurikis, the Kages were brought to their knees and executed in front of every one of them, all five of them. Yagura, as well as Oniki, Ei, and even Rasa. All of them were executed. The land of iron was completely destroyed. The other villages were reduced to nothing but civilian villages, the mercenary villages. They all hated Konoha for that, but they mostly feared the blur who has returned out of nowhere. They gave him the new title, the uncontrollable weapon, not even that Konoha can control. They feared him. They didn't want to get on the wrong side of him or be a threatening figure for their family. They knew he will do anything to them. Another universe, in which the car's front wheels are lifted off of the floor and they are racing. Yes, I'm talking about the Fast and Furious. One guy was happy. Suddenly, I want to just get on my charger and laugh happily. Family, yes. As we go back to the Naruto verse, as Naruto said, was standing there as the best man of a groom, as his brother was marrying today. Naruto was at the age of 18 and so was Menma. Menma was marrying Hinata, and Naruto had met with a pretty cute girl as well. Her name was Tenten, and she was one of Hinata's best friends as well. And heck, and 2 years older than him. And they both quite connected with each other and got along as well and went on a few dates. As Tenten then asked, Nay, Naruto, what is it, Tenten? When do you think we'll be the one who we're going to marry? Naruto then said, give me a few minutes, as he disappeared and arrived. And he said, hold on. We haven't resolved who is the big brother, right? Nay, Kachan, who's the big brother? Naruto was the first one who was born. Really? You're doing this now? At the day of my marriage? Oh, come on. It wasn't bad, remember? So, how about you let me go get married first? What? Really? As Kushina jumped up from the seat. Wow, double marriage! Told ya, pay up now. Thus, Minato grumbled and paid up $10. You were betting on this one as well, Kachan? Said Menma. Duh, obviously I will. As Naruto laughed. Well, Menma, I guess we're both getting married. As Menma chuckled at this as well. And lo and behold, the priest announced, you may now kiss the bride, as both of them kissed their brides, and everyone cheered. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out.